Return of the Mount Hua Sect. Chapter 193. Such a big figure has suddenly appeared. As he approached Chongmyung, a formidable energy began to radiate from Tangunak's body. The energy, the force, was so overwhelming that even Tangpe, Tangjan, and the others who were watching it became nervous. However, Chongmyung was confronting it directly and just stood there with a blank face and no further reaction. And then other people came into the room. Wait! 4 people came from the central hall. Baekchun, dressed in a white robe, quickly stood in front of Chongmyung and looked at Tangunak. I greet the lord of the Sichuan Tang family. I am Baekchun, the second-class disciple of Mount Hua. And Tangunak stopped walking, but his hand was still inside his sleeve. The righteous sword of Hua. It is an honor that Lord Tang knows me. If I had heard that you were here, I would have come and greeted the Lord earlier. But we held no idea about this. This wasn't intentional, so we apologize deeply. Unlike Chongmyung, Tangunak looked at this man who had some manners. The other disciples were also desperately putting up smiles. Shit, that crazy bastard. Can't he tell the difference between people he should annoy and people he shouldn't? Oh my god, how is he going against the head of the Tang family? This is bad, bad. Who would have thought he was this crazy? Because of him, they would all get caught and die here. Who was Tangunak? Wasn't he the most famous of the Tang family? Although he had the name of Poison King, which was tribute to the head of the Sichuan Tang family, he was the head to whom this title sounded less awe-inspiring. Although there were many people who were skilled in the world, not a single person would ever make the mistake of ignoring the Tang family. Even if Hyunjong, the sect leader of Mount Hua, was here, he would be courteous to him. But this mouthy bastard. Baekchun gulped. They were of different origins. Although Baekchun had already met the elders of Wudang in the Sword Tomb, the momentum flowing from Tangunak made them all look weak. He is a peerless warrior. Just looking at him could make people stop breathing. He couldn't say it out loud, but this was the first time he had met someone with such a great momentum. Something he had never felt in Mount Hua. It was clear that Tangunak wasn't just another random person. I apologize for the rude remarks on behalf of my Sajil. If you have to punish someone, let it be me. You. Yes. Baekchun spoke firmly. I am in charge of them, so... Move out of the way. At that moment, Chongmyung grabbed Baekchun and pulled him back. And Baekchun, who was dragged back, looked at Chongmyung with a disappointed expression. Yeah, you brat! This situation! Eh? It isn't like that. Huh? Chongmyung smirked and said, From the start, that man didn't care about Sasuk. He came here for me. What is that supposed to mean? Well, it's just like that. Chongmyung looked at Tangunak. Tangunak had come in with a ferocious force since he entered. Chongmyung tried to hold back, but he couldn't when he saw him threaten Jopyeong. More than that, take a good look, since he is the real deal. Baekchun's eyes widened. He never heard such words come from Chongmyung's mouth. If he said it, then it meant that Tangunak was a person was so strong that even Chongmyung acknowledged him. Chongmyung shook off Baekchun's hand and hurried ahead. What's the matter? Matter? Yes, if you came here for someone, you must have some reason. Tangunak smiled. I will ask you one thing. Go ahead. Do you think you will be able to stay alive after showing such a level of arrogance in front of me? These words made everyone go stiff. But Chongmyung was calm. Yes. What? I said yes. Maybe not a single person until now has done something like this. Well, I could be the first one. Tangunak's face, which had a cold expression, now turned black. What is this kid? He had been pressuring Chongmyung for a while now. Anyone else would have already started to tremble and go blank. Even his son, Tangpe, the next head, would die if this had happened. But Chongmyung was clearly holding on, as if he was used to being around this much pressure in his daily life. No, it was pointless to say he was holding on. It didn't look like he was suffering or anything. From where did such a monster appear? What was absurd was that Chungmyeong didn't even look strong. Of course, in Gangho, people couldn't be judged by their appearance or the momentum they gave out normally. However, if one didn't achieve a natural body at a young age, this wouldn't have made sense. It was as if there is nothing, if not, or it is indefinitely deep. Everyone was puzzled at the meaningless words from Tanggenak, and only Chungmyeong understood it. You came here to confirm it? Yes, but before that, I want to ask you one thing. Yes, go on. Do you think I will not kill you? Yes. How so? Do you think Mount Hua will have your back, even in front of the Tang family? Chungmyeong sighed with a darkened expression and said, Have my back? My back? I'd rather die than see that. I am the fucking back of this Mount Hua, you bastard. What other bastard could be there behind Mount Hua other than me? My waist is getting bent holding Mount Hua on my shoulders. Chungmyeong, who didn't like the sound of it, nodded and said, This isn't something I should speak about. Without anything to believe in, believing in Mount... no. Chungmyeong waved his hand. Anyway, it isn't that. Then, I believe in the Tang family and not Mount Hua. What do you mean? Chungmyeong looked at Tanggenak and said, I heard that the Sichuan Tang family does anything which helps and benefits the family, right? Could be. It was true, because he had heard it firsthand from the other bastard. If it helps our family, they won't hesitate to even sell the nation. Although I am a Tang, I have no emotional connection with even a corner of that place. It's no joke. They really won't hesitate to kill me if I obstruct the clan. Huh? Can they kill me? How could they? I'm the Dark Lord. Then you won't kill me. Tanggenak frowned. The reason? Because I will be the best swordsman in the world who will make Mount Hua the best sect in the world in the future. Even for Tanggenak, this was an absurd declaration. And that is the reason. Of course. If you kill me here, you're just getting rid of someone who will become an enemy in the future. But if you make friends, you will have the best swordsman in the world as your ally. Which is the one with the most obvious advantage? It isn't likely for the Tang family to be associated with the title of the best in the world in my absence. Tanggenak stared silently. It is the devil's job to seduce. The words of Chungmyeong touched the intentions of Tanggenak. Even his sons didn't understand why he came here in person. But this child he was meeting for the first time was clenching his heart. You may be right. No, you are right. You are very smart. It is a bit embarrassing if you openly praise me like that. Chungmyeong smiled, scratching his head. As you said, if you're going to be the best in the world in the future, then the Tang family will accept you as a friend. Friendship is essentially taking care of each other. Thank you. But the coldness was still present in Tanggenak's eyes. That would be a matter of when, and that too is only if you prove yourself to be someone who can aim for that title. Baekchun's face turned pale. The weight of the words that this person had just said couldn't be taken lightly. Even if the words were told without any sincerity, the words which were said could never be taken back. If Chungmyeong couldn't prove to Tanggenak, the lord of the Tang family, that he had the qualifications to become the best, then the man had the right to kill Chungmyeong here. You keep talking useless things. Chungmyeong shrugged. Are you confident? You do know that it's considered nagging if you say it twice. Chungmyeong turned his head to his Sahyungs. From now on, keep looking without blinking. Chungmyeong, will you be fine? Well, will you die? He will die. Huh? Eh? Are you saying I will die? Wow, this is absolutely unbelievable. For real. Leaving behind his Sahyungs, Chungmyeong moved ahead. Sasuk, can I not stop you? Baekchun wasn't sure what to do. Did he not believe in Chungmyeong? I believe in him. Despite his rotten personality, he had the skills to be acknowledged by the Tang family head. Baekchun trusted and believed Chungmyeong more than anyone else in the world. But his opponent was Lord Tang. the Sichuan Tang family's lord. Even before Chongmyung was born, this man had become the lord of the family and was known to be skilled as well. Would Chongmyung be able to hold his ground against that man? No, it couldn't be known. Baekchun was about to step out when someone held his clothes, and he turned to see Yu Yi-seol shake her head. Same. He wouldn't step in if he wasn't confident. Baekchun nodded his head. He had heard it before. The biggest goal of that person wasn't to be the best in the world. It was to make Mount Hua the best sect in the world. If that was the case, this guy wouldn't mind jumping into mud. He wouldn't mind taking on any humiliation. He was putting everything aside for this without running away. Couldn't they trust him? Especially since he had walked ahead on his own 2 feet. Baekchun stared at Chongmyung with anxious eyes. His shoulders weren't huge, yet they looked wider than before. However, even that back didn't reassure Baekchun. Please. Baekchun prayed and touched the handle of the sword. If Chongmyung was in real danger, I will not hesitate. Even if the opponent was the Lower Tang, Mount Hua would never abandon its disciples. Chongmyung stepped ahead as he watched Tang Genak. But can I ask you one thing? I can allow that. Why did you come here for me? I don't remember doing anything to get your attention. It was Jogul Sayong who fought, so why me? Tang Genak smiled at it and spoke in a low voice so that only he could hear it. You spoke of the 12th dagger. Huh? I was interested in that. Huh? I didn't expect this. Soon, Chongmyung's face contorted. No, this bastard. Taoist Hyung. Keep this a secret to yourself, Hyung. Others think that I only use 11 daggers, but in fact, there is a hidden one, a 12th one. This is a huge secret, you see. Huh? The one I used on Hyung last time and got smashed. How can you say such things? It hurts my pride. Pride? What pride, you idiot? Was it really a secret? What kind of crazy man gives out a secret like it's money hidden under his pillow? Oh, Sayong, my Sayong. If that bastard is there, beat him for me. I just guessed it. That guess is very important for us. Chongmyung's heart sank. Seeing this man, he really must have come to kill me. To kill Chongmyung, who knew his family's secret. Eh? No. Anxiety was building in Chongmyung. It's a simple task for you to prove yourself. Tang Genak smiled. 10. If you can endure 10 attacks, I will recognize you as the best in the world. Huh? 10 attacks? Dodge 10 attacks of the Poison King? I only need to dodge the attacks of the Poison King 10 times? Are you really aiming to kill me? Do you really think someone as young as me can avoid 10 attacks? Chongmyung groaned. Although he wasn't a junior of his, but that much is to be expected, I guess. Chongmyung grunted and spoke in a casual way. Okay, let's do this. If he was able to endure 10 attacks from Tang Genak, of course he would be called as the best in the world as the future generation. If there was someone who could do it, then they would have to be called something that went beyond just masters. Forget about the best rising star in the world. Even if it was the best rising star in history, wouldn't be able to do it. Chongmyung groaned and looked at Tang Genak. Fine. Do not forget your promise. Promise? Friends take care of each other. You said you would do everything you could. Of course. Then you should be prepared. Chongmyung grunted through his teeth. I am going to pull the teeth out of the Tang family. If you can. Look at that. You think I'm joking? You're going to regret that.